Greetings, beautiful friends. Happy Monday to you. Here we are with our usual Monday check-in and our Mastering Your Mindset session. So if you've been here with me before, it looks like we got a wee bit delayed there. So here we are. Here we are, Mastering Your Mindset this is the last full week of the month of September. There's a number of different things that are affecting us. So for these sessions, I like to access the wisdom of the cards and just help plant some seeds and help you really find the flow of listening to your own inner guidance. And now that I say that, that's actually a very important aspect for us this week. Before I start pulling cards, I like to just kind of riff on what's happening with the phases of the moon. Because when we get in touch with following our own inner guidance, our own rhythms, knowing what's happening with the cycles of the moon is actually a really powerful way to really access your own inner wisdom, your own guidance. Now, the other thing too that's affecting us, so it's actually, we're kind of right in the middle of two quite powerful energies. One is yesterday was the equinox. So here in the northern hemisphere, we're stepping into fall. In the southern hemisphere, they're stepping into spring. But when we get to equinoxes, there's such an energy of balancing. You know, it's like the length of the daylight is very similar to the length of nighttime. So there's a real beautiful sense. I'm holding my hands like this, like the scales. So then the other part that we're affected by is the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Cancer, which comes tomorrow. Now, whenever the moon is in the sign of Cancer, it is said that it's come home. And that's actually because the moon is the ruler of the sign of Cancer. And so one of the things is that you may feel a wee bit discombobulated this week. You may find your emotions are guiding you or informing you of something. If you've been on these sessions before with me, you know that one of my favorite questions, and this week is actually a really powerful time for you to use this. How does this make me feel about me? And what I'm meaning is how does this thought, this feeling, this decision, this choice, this group, this location, this trajectory of my life, how does it make me feel about me? And see what comes up. Perhaps you want to journal or reflect a little bit more. With this phase, so now we're starting to take action on the intentions that we set at the new moon. This is this is about really kind of taking action steps, but from a space of accessing your wisdom, accessing your unconscious desires and propensities and things of that nature, but also sacred self-care. This is the like following your emotions and how does this make me feel about me type of thing. If it makes you feel discombobulated or nervous or anxious, then perhaps there's something that needs to change. Something else needs to be invited in to help you feel soothed, feel more in balance. Like I said, we globally, we stepped into this time of balance and ease. So how are you doing with your intentions? In fact, how are you doing with your intentions for 2024? 2024 was always going to be an intriguing year for all of us and a powerful year of really up-leveling and becoming more of who you truly are. How is that feeling? Because now we're coming into the last quarter of this year. Are you feeling and allowing yourself the check-in, the rhythm, the balance? Are you putting your hand on your heart every so often and just checking in? Are you listening to the guidance of your heart? So that's kind of what it's feeling like for this week. Like I said, isn't it amazing to think that this is the last full week of September? I'm going to step into the new month next week. All that being said, we'll pull our first card. The first deck that I use for these sessions is my Letting Go guidance system. Because you see, You know, when I asked you that question, how do I feel about myself? Sometimes I might feel critical or not good enough or not in flow with my best way forward. And so therefore, what needs to be let go in order to get really tapped into that authenticity, that soul guidance, that heart guidance for you? So let's see, what can we focus on letting go in order to really make best use of this beautiful energy. And the card that's come up is conflict. Where does conflict come up for you? You know, when sometimes when we ask ourselves that question, how do I feel about myself here? Or are these thoughts or words or decisions or directions I'm taking, are they aligning with my soul's mission, with my heart's calling? Sometimes what can happen, and this is what makes me think about that when I said conflict, sometimes we can say, oh, I feel a certain way, but then your head says, oh, I shouldn't, or I should do this, or you might compare yourself to somebody else and gosh, they're dealing with it in a different way. So where does conflict come up, and how does it impact you, or does it make you feel stuck, or can you just let that go? Conflict is a waste of your energy sometimes too. So if I say anything that triggers you, or you need a wee bit more guidance or support, put it in the comments below or message me directly, because my intention is to help you become wiser and drop into the fact that the answers you are looking for you, and they oftentimes are within you. And maybe by releasing conflict of the woulda, coulda, shoulda in your head, perhaps, you can actually go, gosh, I did know it. There it is. So this is a perfect time to allow yourself to find your rhythm of landing into those truths, or those pieces of wisdom that you actually have within you already. Okay, now I'm shuffling the tarot cards. We'll have one tarot card and then 3 of the Healing with the Angel cards. And then we'll finish it off with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. Let's see what wisdom the tarot has to share. And it's Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Actually, this is perfect. Page of Cups is perfect for that moon first quarter. Is it first quarter? I keep saying last quarter. The last quarter. Last quarter phase in the moon in Cancer. There's the this is about taking action, but it's about walking forward with your emotional guidance, using that to inform your best choices. Your oftentimes your intuition will speak to you through your emotions. And when I see pages in the tarot, it's like the new beginning, new ways of doing things, of stepping into action, but just really finding the best speed or the best way. You know, when I was saying about balance earlier, I often think about us needing to find our own best balance of being and doing. Because when we get too out of whack with, doing, we burn ourselves out, and we do not actually access our inner wisdom. If you're always doing and doing, it's when we're in those silent moments, when we just pause and just allow ourselves to be in the present moment, that's when we can actually access that wisdom. And so I feel like that's the Page of Cups is really encouraging you to create little check-ins for yourself. You might be working on a project or doing something or acting on something, but then it's like, oh wait, I just need to kind of come back into balance. And what I'm saying about that is it's such an important part to find out what is your requirement. We all have different requirements of how much rest and how much being time as opposed to doing. So it's so important to really know yourself. How are you wired in this regard? And make sure that you're actually doing that and looking after that aspect of yourself. Okay, and that will actually allow you to release conflict, of course. Awesome. Oh, this is lovely. These cards are perfect. The first one that's come up for us for these Healing with the Angels is friendship. Are you making sure that you are being your own best friend? That's something that often comes up in conversations that I have with clients and students. Is, I don't know about you, but I wasn't educated to be my own best friend, to put my needs, my self-care needs as at the top of a priority list. This is such an important part. Your self-care needs must be non-negotiable and must be at the top of your list. And this phase that we're in is actually a beautiful time to make sure that you're doing that. Are you filling your cup? Page of Cups there. Are you filling your cup? The other part too, and this was one of my favorite cards in this deck, is playfulness. We're supposed to be having fun. Are you having fun and playfulness as you work towards your big, audacious goals and intentions? Are you remembering to have fun? Are you remembering that this is a game? This is a game of life that we're playing. And then the other part is healing. Isn't that perfect? That's what I said to you about this Cancer Cancer last quarter phase of the moon. It is about healing. It is about saying, I'm getting into my best rhythm and balance of being and doing. I trust that makes sense to you. All right, lovelies. Like I said, if you need more guidance or support or ideas on any of these things that I'm sharing with you, just let me know. But before I send you off into this auspicious week ahead, I'm going to send us off with one of these. This is the Liberate Your Inner Truth deck. So just take a nice deep breath. I don't think I told you to have nice deep breaths, so I hope you were already. And let's see. I think it's this one, but it's wanting to hide a little bit. So let's see what this is. Perfect. It's I am appreciative. Being appreciative actually really helps, capitalize on all the things that you have got as opposed to what you have not yet, right? So it's about really allowing yourself to really drop into the power of gratitude. And that's, I like to say that what you appreciate appreciates. But let me read this out to you. As I review my life thus far, I appreciate all my experiences, even setbacks experienced, as I recognize they also have served me in some positive and wonderful way. All is well. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Like I said, if you need any support, let me know. I wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I'll be back again with you next week. Bye.